here at the Rock River Valley Blood Center. As you can see with me right now, some of the trays are full, but as you can see also here, some of them are not, like O negative, which is becoming a big problem for local hospitals that are not receiving the blood that they desperately need. That's right, Whitney. I am standing at Grubstakers. It sits just outside of Rochelle, just north of the city, about a few miles out. It's on the intersection of Route 64 and 251. It was directly hit by a huge tornado earlier tonight.
Mike, what is that money going towards?
It's going to go towards a great cause. All the proceeds will go towards the Todd Hansmeier Memorial Scholarship at Hononegah High School, so his legacy will live on. Hundreds of people are already out here at Rockford City Market. As you can see too, live music in the background, and I'm also joined by Jamie and Liam, who are out here enjoying City Market. You're making some faces. Is there anything you want to say? Nope. Liam is a man of few words. This is one way to beat the heat, by taking on the double dare drop here at Magic Waters. Double homicide defendant Terrence Stoddy could enter a similar plea deal for the death of Todd Hansmeier. This is the pet oxygen mask right here. As you can see, it's just like a normal oxygen mask. It's hooked up to the tank, and all it simply does is go right over the animal's snout. You're taking this ordinary plastic bag and turning it into a sleeping mat for the homeless.
Yep, the best way that I can think of.
Blue Line will be bringing roughly 25 jobs to downtown. We'll have ways to apply on our website at WIFR.com.
People are not only taking note of our community, they're taking action and coming here for a visit.
RACVB President John Gross says the agency's campaign to bring more people to the state line is working.
This is a great time to be in Rockford. A lot of great things happening. People are kind of talking about a renaissance in our community, and our visitors feel that, and increasingly they're coming in greater numbers.
The Illinois Department of Tourism is in Rockford today to announce the news. In 2014, tourists spent $340 million at area businesses, the largest amount on record. That's a 6% increase from the previous year. It's also the highest percentage increase in any of the state's metro areas. Winnebago County's attractions and events also welcomed over 7.5 million guests in 2014, up nearly 3%.
Things throughout our region are making this an even better place to live and a more appealing place for visitors to come.
Sports Corps 1 is hosting two major tournaments this weekend, which the Rockford Area Convention and Visitors Bureau believes will bring in nearly $430,000.
Go!
The baseball and softball tournaments will bring in almost 30 teams and more than 700 athletes and coaches like Lauren Kavanaugh and Pamela Medley.
We get to go to Magic Waters up here and everything, and it's pretty interesting to be up here in Nationals. It's an honor.
When you have this many fields that the kids can come and play on, you're going to get a number of teams. So anytime you have all these fields around here, you're going to get the tourism.
Gross says tournaments like this bring in huge crowds, which supported almost 3,000 jobs last year, generating nearly $45 million in payroll. In Rockford, Mike Beier, 23 News.
Help us to encourage the children, Lord, to give them words that are
side by side, hand by hand. Loved ones of 15-year-old murder victim Martavius Lewers showed up to honor the fallen Rockford teen at the Positive Reflections Community Roundup held at the Northwest Community Center. Lewers' cousin, Jackie Triplett, says Tay-Tay, as he was known, was a caring person who was always looking out for others.
He was just 15, birthday coming up next month, but he won't get a chance to see his 16th birthday, so that's gonna be kind of hard.
Javion Turner is Lewers' nephew. Turner says his uncle was his best friend.
He meant a lot to me. I looked up to him for guidance. He really loved me because everything he did, he shared it with me. Everything he got, he shared it with me.
Lewers was a member of Positive Reflections, a group which works with underprivileged kids. Founder Janine Stevenson says Lewers played a key part for the group, planning events and leading others by example to stay off the streets and out of trouble. Rockford police say Lewers was an unintended target, shot and killed inside this West State Street apartment Tuesday night. Stevenson says the fact that Lewers worked so hard to stay on the right path makes his death more tragic.
Because Tay-Tay was part of our youth in action team for Positive Reflections, we decided to go ahead and send him away with a memory of being a positive person and helping out.
The ceremony began with a unity circle, followed by a prayer before loved ones sent roughly a dozen balloons to the sky. As they watch those balloons drift off, Tay-Tay's family hopes their pain will do the same. However, the balloons are also bringing the family hope that no more innocent lives are being taken.
I want the young kids to know the streets are not for you. Just stay positive, stay in activities like this and whatever good the community has to offer.
Yeah, he's a leaner.
This dog is a lifesaver.
It's good to know that there's other dogs out there that are still alive today because he's been in here and donated.
Radar is doing something many of us have never heard of, at least in the animal world, giving blood. The Animal Emergency Clinic of Rockford is the only blood bank in the city. Other than having a small piece of fur shaved, the blood donation process is almost the same for dogs as it is for humans. Red blood cell levels are checked, then it's time to give. It takes roughly 5 minutes to give 21 ounces of blood, compared to humans, who take about 10 minutes to give 16 ounces. After 4 weeks, dogs like Radar can donate again.
And we try and treat everybody's pet the same way as somebody that's really important to them, because we know our pets are really important to us.
In order for a dog to give, they have to be at least a year old and weigh 50 pounds.
He's donated blood 6 times now. That donation will go towards saving the lives of 2 other dogs.
All blood stays at the clinic until local vets need it, and just like at the human blood bank, the clinic's shelves are often empty.
They're our buddies, so that's why we want to do everything we can for them.
And now, through the donation process, our furry friends can help each other. In Rockford, Mike Beier, 23 News. For almost 7 years, the man who Rockford police say murdered 38-year-old Chandra Davis was right under their nose the whole time. More than 60% of RPS 205 students participate in school lunch service. That number is now expected to grow. Kids like Jolena right here will receive a free lunch that includes a protein, fruit, and a vegetable. Over 133,000 people pass through the gates. They're expecting more this year, so I wouldn't wait till the last minute to get here. The other car involved was driven by a 29-year-old pregnant broadhead woman who ended up losing the unborn child as a result of the accident. Sharice takes care of these 3 little angels, Leslie, Amina, and Sinise, 5 days a week, sometimes as late as 10 o'clock at night.
Swing and a miss to strike him out.
Enter White Sox closer David Robertson. The guy who normally is saving games for his team,
Well, sort of showed up.
is now providing some relief for these families. Sergeant Red with RPD says students should also be careful with what they post because in the long run it could affect their professional career. Mid-air somersaults. Flying upside down. These are just some of the maneuvers the U.S. Navy Blue Angels pulled off during practice today. Hansmeyer says it was the perfect day and is thankful to all those who came out to toast to Todd. In Freeport, in Rochelle, reporting in Rockford, Mike Beier, 23 News.